going to briefly cover Ionian and then Locrian. Mostly briefly with Ionian, just a couple of videos, because it's so common that most people don't really need much assistance with it. So it's probably the easiest scale to use, period. I mean you pick up any harmony book or look out historically, this is probably the most used scale of all time. So, and the reason being is that it's really easy to use due to these tendency tones. Now it doesn't matter to me if you want to call it major scale or Ionian. People will argue over that, but the tendency tones, these tend to want to go outward like this. So, and it's a very distinguishable thing about Ionian, those two notes. And the 1, 4, 5 is probably the most common thing in musical history. And so if I just kind of start Ionian somewhere, maybe in A major, it's literally so easy for to come up with something. Maybe I'll shift out to C major, C Ionian, whatever you want to call it. Shift again to another Ionian root. Let's shift again. Go back to A. And truthfully, it's very easy to wander around and modulate to one Ionian to the other. So the Ionian chords, we got a major 1, a minor 2, a major 3, or minor 3, I'm sorry, a major 4, and that's one of the most common chords in history, a major 5, one of the most common chords in history, a minor 6, and a diminished 7. Get into the habit of humming out random melodies you play. So to do that for ear training. So. And of course, concentrate on these tendency tones, listen for them. It's very distinguishable Ionian thing. I'm not saying you have to always resolve out like this, but this in traditional functional harmony, that was kind of a rule, but not so much anymore. So so just kind of randomly playing on Ionian again, and it's really easy to move out. You're probably going to find this to be the easiest scale with both modulation as well as coming up with things. So I'm just kind of playing Ionian all over the place. So that's all. We're gonna, next video we'll cover the chords of this scale, and I'll just end here, okay? And we're gonna keep Ionian short, but we're gonna also show a few exercises that help you memorize all 12 major keys, Ionian most. So it's just important to do so. Okay, so we'll cover that too, but we're not gonna do a whole ton on Ionian because it's probably the scale most people know, and so I concentrated mostly on the other modes, and Locrian will be last because it's the least tonal of the modes. So, but we'll still cover it. So Ionian, second to last, and we're only going to cover this a little bit. So just maybe 2 more videos, maybe just the chords and then uses and then examples, and then we'll go into Locrian.